Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. Hey, listen, I just wanted to share this article with you guys because a lot of you are looking at investing in Belize or have invested in Belize, and you're sort of looking at your finances, what you have now, what you hope to have in the future, and how the whole retirement game plan is going to work out for you. And we know that life often throws curveballs at us, so we don't really know for sure what's coming up. But by taking some steps now, we can mitigate against certain types of risk and set ourselves up for the potential, the best potential for success that we can. And this article, I thought this kind of grabbed my attention this morning as I was looking through it, the Business Insider, because the title of the article is Financial Planners Say Their Millionaire Clients Retired Comfortably Thanks to Four Non-Traditional Strategies. And I thought, okay, what's going to be these non-traditional strategies? And it's amazing how these four non-traditional strategies fit in quite well and actually pretty easily into making a move to Belize and either buying and investing in real estate there or just viewing Belize as a potentially cheaper place to live. All right, so let me kind of go through them with you here. So the first one is they didn't take on debt. And there is a lot of controversy regarding this. Should I take on debt? Should I not? Well, of course, there's good debt and bad debt. We know that. If you're buying a 16 or 32 unit apartment building in Florida and you're taking debt, you're putting, say 25% down, taking out a loan, the rent's covering the mortgage, plus puts money in your pocket. All right, that's good debt. But what the article here is talking about is bad debt. So any sort of monthly payment that you become committed to that reduces your ability to invest those assets in something that can be income producing. So that can be anything, any sort of monthly payment, right, that you aren't getting a big enough return on. So whether that be a boat or a camper or a home, even your own home that you're living in now, that type of debt, certainly credit card debt, because and we were in this situation before when we were in debt. We're not now. We don't owe anything to anyone. But when we were in debt before, we looked at our bills as that we had to pay out every month. We looked at our income, and even if we had money left over to invest, we were hesitant, right? So now, for example, we make a commission or I get some money coming in from the sale of a property or structuring a deal. Now when this money comes in, because we've kept our expenses so low and because we don't have any debt, we are freer then to reinvest that money. So I think it's one of the main reasons why this article suggests not to take on debt. Number two, they have income producing assets. Now, of course, in real estate, this can be buying homes to rent, apartments, things like that, commercial properties. It can also be building up a small business that kicks off money every month. Could be a car wash or ice cream stand, whatever. A business that continually puts out money each month that you can put back into your pockets to either live on or to reinvest. And with real estate, many parts of the world, different countries are set up to, how can I say, different countries have different structures regarding owning real estate and different tax laws regarding what makes the most sense when it comes to investing in real estate. So for example, in the United States right now, if you're an investor of some means, you can invest in apartment buildings, and I'm talking the larger ones, 16, 32 units, 100, 200, 300 unit apartment buildings. That is an excellent asset class that will produce monthly income, annual income. Whereas other countries, the opportunity to invest in that model just doesn't exist. They don't have that opportunity. Now in Belize, you have this structure, especially on Ambergris Caye, where you can invest in a vacation home and rent that vacation home out on Airbnb or VRBO, or if you buy in a condo project or a condo complex that has its own hotel tax license, they might be able to manage the condo for you. That can be an asset. You can also just buy and sell real estate in Belize. You can find properties that are in the path of progress that have a good reason to go up in value, or you can simply hold mortgage notes. It's one of the main ways that I suggest investing in Belize is buying property in good areas or what will be a good area. The path of progress is what we call it. Trying to buy the property for as little as possible, and then putting it back on the market with seller financing. In Belize, seller financing is often at 10% interest. So you're going to make a nice chunk of money each year just on the interest alone. All right. So that's one we recommend investing in Belize. Number three, they live on half of what they earn. All right. So how does this work when you're considering a move to Belize? Well, let's say you're earning as a couple 150,000 a year in the States, but to live your westernized life in the States or Canada, you're probably burning through that 150. By the time you pay your mortgage payment, your insurance, taking care of the lawn, putting on the new roof, fixing the hot water heater when it breaks, plus you probably have 2 cars in the driveway, you have 2 car payments, you got insurance on the 2 cars, you got gas. Depending on where you live, you have your medical insurance, you have all those bills. You're probably spending at or above your 150 income. If you take that same couple and they're making that same amount of money and they're moving to Belize, all right, depending again on where they're coming from, their tax structure is going to greatly reduce. All right. So, for example, if you're an American and you move out of the US, you're allowed to make a certain amount of money without paying any state or federal income tax. You're going to be paying some Social Security and business tax, but it's a lot less. So, realistically, the same couple that was living on 150 a year could probably very easily and very comfortably live on 75 a year, take the other 75 and then start to invest that either into real estate or into building a business or something like that. So what we found is that when we left the United States, it was very easy to have a much better quality of life, living on less, simply because we didn't feel the need to surround ourselves with as many material necessities or material wants. So just something to look at when you're looking at moving abroad. And then finally, the last one here is they reinvest the cash they earn from assets. So on the top 3 things that we just discussed, if you can sort of keep this money cycling for a period of years, then you can, benefit from the compound interest, benefit from the additional assets. So, for example, if you're in your 30s and 40s and even early 50s, and you start to, do these things, move down to Belize, invest a little bit of real estate, get some income. What you want to do is, for as long as possible, keep that income coming in, keep that online job or keep that freelance work or consulting work coming in. Take all that for as long as you are finding joy in it, as far as you're having fun, it's still worth it for you to work. And then if you do that for a period of 5 years, imagine 5 years goes by and now you've saved 75,000 a year that you've reinvested in a property that's now income producing. Maybe you're, pumping that back into something else. Now, when you turn 50, 55, 60, now your retirement is pretty solid, all right, because you've reinvested that cash rather than starting to live off the extra money right away and do things, right? So I'm a big believer myself in having fun even when you're younger. So, you get a big payout, you get a big windfall, take part of the money and go off and just, travel the world for a while. Just have fun with it because you never know what's going to come up. But don't do that to the extent or to the degree with which now you're putting your retirement in jeopardy, so to speak, right? So yes, have fun, splurge on the bottle of wine, eat the tomahawk steak, whatever you want to do, enjoy the lifestyle that you're working so hard for, but also make sure that you're also continually reinvesting in this cycle, starting small. And within a period of just a few years, 3, 5, 10 years, whatever it is, you're looking at having a pretty good source of residual income coming in. And that can really help in retirement or even just improving your quality of life. All right, so I just want to share that article with you guys. Hope you're all doing well. If you have any comments, questions, concerns on this, or if you've seen any properties that I've been posting that you're interested in, go ahead and shoot me an email. Be happy to get on a Zoom call with you and chat more. All right, you guys take care. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.